Hello. If you're listening to this, chances are you're going through one of the most difficult and uncertain times of your life, and I want you to take a deep breath. Just for a second. You're contemplating or beginning a divorce, and you know that the person you choose to guide you through it, your lawyer, is one of the most critical decisions you will make. You hear terms like killer lawyer, and you wonder, what does that even mean, and how do I find one? Over the next few minutes, I'm going to be your guide. We're going to walk through this together, step by step. This isn't about finding a lawyer to destroy your spouse. It's about finding a lawyer who is sharp, strategic, and focused on protecting you and your future. We'll cover how to prepare, where to look, the exact questions to ask in an interview, and maybe most importantly, the red flags that tell you to walk away. So grab a cup of tea, find a quiet space, and let's get started. Alright, our first step doesn't begin with frantic online searches, it starts with you. Before you speak to a single attorney, I want you to think about your goals. What do you truly want the outcome of this process to be? Are you and your spouse mostly on the same page, needing someone efficient to make sure the legal paperwork is solid? Or is it more complicated, with significant assets or a family business that requires a masterful negotiator? Maybe you're in a high-conflict situation, and you need a seasoned litigator who is calm and formidable in a courtroom. Knowing your destination is the only way to find the right guide to get you there. Along with that, do a little homework. Gather some basic financial documents, the last couple of years of tax returns, a simple list of what you own and what you owe. This shows a lawyer you're serious and allows them to give you real advice right from the start. Once you've done that prep work, it's time to actually find some names. The goal here is to build a short list of 3 or 4 lawyers to interview. The gold standard is a referral from someone you trust, a friend, a colleague, or even your accountant, who often knows the best family law attorneys in town. But remember, their case is not your case, so you still need to do your own vetting. You can also turn to your local bar association, which has referral services for qualified specialists. And there are reputable online directories like Avo or Martindale-Hubbell, where lawyers are often rated by their peers. Use these resources to build your list. Now for the most important part, the interview. Think of this initial consultation as a job interview where you are the one doing the hiring. Go in prepared with questions. First, ask about their experience. Say, what percentage of your practice is just family law? The answer should be close to 100%. Ask how familiar they are with the judges in your local courthouse. Next, you need to understand their strategy. Ask them, based on what I've told you, what's your honest, initial assessment of my case? A good lawyer won't promise you the moon. They'll give you a realistic overview. Follow up with, what would your strategy be for the first 90 days? This shows you how they think. Then, get into the practical side of things. Ask who your main point of contact will be, and what their policy is for returning calls and emails. And finally, you have to talk about money. Be direct. Ask about their hourly rate, the initial retainer, and for a realistic cost estimate if the case settles versus if it goes to trial. Just as important as knowing what to look for is knowing what to avoid. Keep your radar up for these red flags. First, there's the guarantor. Any lawyer who guarantees a specific outcome is being unethical. Run. Next, watch out for the overly aggressive bulldog who talks more about punishing your spouse than finding a resolution. This approach usually just destroys your bank account. Also, avoid the ghost. If they're unresponsive or distracted before you've even hired them, it will only get worse. Be wary of the dabbler, a lawyer who practices in 10 different areas of law. You need a specialist. If they're a bad listener or pressure you to sign a contract on the spot, that's your cue to leave. After you've done your interviews, take a day to let it all sink in. Compare their strategies, evaluate their communication styles, and most importantly, trust your gut. Who did you feel most comfortable with? Who made you feel heard and instilled a sense of confidence? This is a long-term relationship during a stressful time, and that connection matters. Choosing your lawyer is an investment in your future. By preparing, asking the right questions, and trusting your intuition, you can find a true advocate who will empower you to navigate this process and step into your next chapter with security, clarity, and peace of mind. You can do this.